Grand Seiko has always had a fantastic reputation in the watch industry for a couple of reasons. One being the incredible movements, another being the elegance and sporty look. But the one overbearing factor that makes Grand Seiko models so special has to be the dial. And today we are looking at a model that may take first place in the industry for the best dial ever made. The all-new Grand Seiko White Birch SLGH005. But before we start, if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to the Chisholm Hunter channel or follow our social media to become part of the Chisholm Hunter family. If you have already subscribed, we would like to thank you and welcome you back. And finally, we would like to congratulate our luxury Wolf triple axis watchwinder winner. We've sent you a direct message to organise the postage. Now, I'm not going to lie, right away this dial really frustrated me, and I'm going to tell you why. There is so much more to Grand Seiko than just a photograph. Every time I move my wrist or turn the lights on, the dial changes, almost like a chameleon changing colour. The white birch explodes with colour and creativity with every small movement. Grand Seikos simply have to be seen in person. Put it this way, if you wanted to go and see a piece of art, would you look at a screen or view it in person? And with that point, I'm brought nicely onto the details of the dial. As usual, Grand Seiko has been inspired by their home country, and the dial represents the white birch tree forests near the studio. Instantly you can see the incredible depth on this dial as it seems to change in different lights. Look, I could talk all day about this dial, but it just wouldn't be fair when there's so much else to talk about. So let's move on to the timepieces specs. The minute hand and second hand scream classic Grand Seiko, with knife sharp edges on the minute hand and heat blued steel for the second hand, which plays wonderfully against the silver dial. Its case dimensions come in at 14mm in width, with a case thickness of 11.7mm. This size is almost a hybrid of both sports and dress watches, and sits wonderfully on the wrist. The crown is signed with the iconic GS logo, as well as the folding clasp of the bracelet, which gives it that little more luxury feel. On a side note, as usual, this Grand Seiko features the famous Zaratsu polishing that Grand Seiko fans across the globe have grown to love, including myself. When we flip this watch round, we get to its underlying beauty, the beating heart of the Grand Seiko White Birch. The all-new high-beat caliber 9SA5. Introduced last year during the brand's 60th anniversary, it was said to have taken a huge 9 years to develop. These years of development created an incredible movement. It's a high-frequency caliber that beats at 36,000 VPH and is accurate to +5 to -3 seconds a day. This movement is, of course, COSC certified. The 9SA5 has a thumping 80-hour power reserve. Movements with comparable specs are few and far between in the industry, and what's better than the specs is the actual look of the movement. I mean, it's just stunning. To add to that, just for your peace of mind, this model is water resistant to a whopping 100 meters. As a whole, this new timepiece really pays tribute to its home country in Japan and shows its incredible beauty through the very talented watchmakers at Grand Seiko's design studio. It has been a real pleasure to review this watch, and I look forward to seeing the next one. If you would like to get your hands on a Grand Seiko, do be sure to visit our website, which I've linked in the description below, or get in touch with one of our 27 stores throughout the UK. Remember that we are official stockists of Grand Seiko, so if you have any questions, we would be more than happy to answer them. Thank you very much for watching.